Hey guys, 12:01 I believe. It's a Monday and I told you guys I love Mondays. Mondays is the time when you set your mind right. That's why I do my main live on Mondays. Um, I started to do them on YouTube, but last week I had a technical difficulty with YouTube. That was very frustrating. So I'm back here for now. I'll see what I want to do, but I'll announce it for the people in my group. I always announce it in my group when I'm going to be live. I have a Facebook group, so I always announce it. So if you're part of my group, you'll not miss it if you don't want to miss it. And in any event, all my lives are posted then on the YouTube channel. This week, we're working to manifest a car with my group, and we're at step 2 out of 5. I'm going to post step 3 either today or tomorrow. It's going to be a visualization, but I'm going to guide you through it. What I want you to do if you're manifesting the car with a group is I want you to look online for what the inside of the car looks like, because the visualization that we're going to be doing as step 3 will have to do with you being inside the car. But I want everybody to do the same visualization, and depending on whatever car you pick, you will look inside the car and you will just have all those details in mind, and then I'll guide you through it as to what to do inside your new car. That's coming, I'm sure. I can't wait for the success stories on that. I know it's 100% is going to work for some. I don't know for everybody, but for some, 100% they will get. I got the exact same car that I was visualizing in terms of I let the make and model loose, but it was a black luxury SUV when I was first visualizing this, and I'm on my third one now. This is I keep them all for 3 years and then I kind of get rid of them. But yeah, it's not really. Some questions came out of that and I want to address them. So the way I run the sessions is I take some questions that my group sends to me or that pretty much anybody sends to me if I feel it's beneficial to the group. And then I teach a little bit about on the law of attraction, the law of assumption, how to manifest, whatever comes out of the weekly discussions. Then I take questions from you guys, the audience. Most people who turn into my lives are here for the teachings, I believe. But if you have questions or want to ask questions, go ahead. If you want your question considered and want to give me more details in a future live, just email me, mona.khad@yahoo.com. Okay, so without further delay, I am going to take up the few questions that I selected for this live. So let me just go to my screenshots and for today. Okay, so in regards to this car, somebody said on my group and reminded me this morning, could you elaborate more on why wanting the car manifestation as a gift or winning it may be detrimental? Maybe detrimental. That's what I said to my group, and the queen would like me to elaborate on it. So, guys, what happens is when you want a new car, okay, and when we envision ourselves in a car, it's usually not the car itself. Usually to our mind, what happens is the car is a symbol of abundance, right? So if you're currently in an old Honda Accord and you're envisioning yourself in an SUV, what happens is it's not really the car. The car is a symbol of what you want your life to be. So let's say this is the case for the majority of people. Let's say you live in an apartment and you're paying $1,000 a month in rent. It's a crappy apartment. You're envisioning winning, or you're doing this exercise with me, and you're going to win a new, or you see yourself in a new Mercedes, right? So you're saying, what's wrong with winning it? When you're saying what's wrong with winning it, you got to understand that the Mercedes itself does not fit your current life. So if you're struggling to, or your current self-image, so if you're struggling to pay the rent, when somebody gifts you and you're in an unsafe neighborhood and you hate the place and you don't know how things are going to work out next month if your ex doesn't pay the child support, and you have all these problems, all these financial problems, but you're envisioning yourself in this new car, there's no way, if you're thinking logically, you could even keep a $100,000 Mercedes that you would win or somebody would gift you and park it in front of your building when the landlord knows that you haven't paid the rent. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, really, when you're envisioning yourself in a Mercedes, what happens is you're really envisioning escaping this life that you have. improving every aspect of your life such that you are the type of person who is inside a Mercedes or driving a Mercedes. Anything else is kind of like you're on the wrong track. If you're thinking, oh, my life is, it's okay for me to be in this apartment and stress about rent, but if I could only win a $100,000 Mercedes, what would be the point of that? You need to sell it anyways. It's not coming because the vibration that you're offering right now cannot sustain you having a Mercedes in your life. Again, if it comes, you're gonna need to sell it. So when you're saying to the universe, I have to win this in order to make it happen, or when you're working on a car manifestation and you have this thought, I can only have this car if I win it or somebody gifts it to me. Really, nothing has changed inside of you, right? Like nothing has changed inside of you to make you the type of person who drive a Mercedes. You're really like hoping on random luck, on, some circumstances changing without you changing, that would bring this about. And in my opinion, this is detrimental to you. When I was driving my Hyundai and I was envisioning this black SUV and luxury and new and stuff, I wasn't just envisioning the car. I was just envisioning being inside this car, my kids in a private school uniform, parked in a driveway of my house, and being like, okay, this was a vision I had. We're late for school, come on. And I would see her in this uniform, and I would see putting her in this car, and I would it was like a very comprehensive idea of a life that I wanted to have. And I made all of that happen and manifest years ago. But the point of this, it wasn't just me sitting there being like, I'm in this shit house, I can't afford a better car, but I wish I'm going to win a Mercedes. There's no way I would have kept the Mercedes if I won it at that time. I would have sold it and used the 80, 100 grand, do something else. This is why I told you it's detrimental. I hope that makes sense in terms of the car. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question was actually a little success story of somebody who just started to do the 60-day challenge. And in my 60-day challenge, I have, when you get to day 10, please send me an email and tell me how it's going for you so far, like specifically on day 10. And a lot of people do that. So she's saying, I am emailing you with my results of my day 10. That was yesterday. I have received 300 I think this is pounds, okay, from England, from my partner, because he completed a small transaction and shared the profit. He said it was the most sleek, smooth, and quick completion of a deal. Now, this is a great success for us. We worked together on several projects for about 2 years, and we are not able to cash in any money. So we are happy from the completion and also for how it went. It was a small taste of what's coming. I have so many more things I have observed during the last 10 days because I was looking for it. Also, things that have been revealed to me during these 10 days. This was in my love relationship, in my mental clarity, and understanding the alchemy of really grounding in it. And also new opportunity that returned to me after 3 years out of the blue that is still in progress, and I have submitted a new proposal to manage the whole department for an organization. My 3D respond tab in the spreadsheet, she's talking about the 60-day challenge, is quite detailed and encouraging to see. So basically after 10 days of doing the challenge, okay, it's not about the 300-pound win. It's about the fact that this kicked it for her, right? So they were working on this project, not making any money. All of a sudden, they close these deals with smooth transition. But she is smart in her approach to this, right? She's not doing it as a spell. She's saying, I have so many things I have observed, and I have so many things that my mental clarity, and I gotta tell you guys, this work is all about the inner shifts, right? So we know 3D is a response to how we are inside. In this challenge, the challenge is about changing you. It's not about bringing you a car. It's not about that. Those are sort of consequences of you doing the work this way. If you don't pay attention to these inner shifts that you have, you are not probably going to manifest any of these goals that you have. Because really what you need to pay attention is where the energy of the group and of this challenge is taking you from where you are today. In what direction is it changing you? Somebody last week actually sent a note, and she said, I saw something very curious during my first round of the 60-day challenge, and that is every day I used to take a nap, and every day I would just have the need to drink a lot of coffee. So she said, after I went through the round of the 60-day challenge, all of a sudden, my body just can't do that anymore. I can't nap, and I have zero desire for coffee. And I haven't changed anything. I haven't added exercise. I haven't done anything that could change that. So I have to admit this is because of this inner shifts that I'm doing. That is a huge change, right? This is the change you got to pay attention to. Don't do this as a spell, as something, oh, I need to do this challenge to get these things. Many times our approach to manifesting is so incorrect, right? It's like, if I write this 300 times, if I robotically affirm, if I, I don't know, do some energy work, if I do Mona's 60-day challenge, if I read this 15 books, then I will stop and I will see these results. So when they complete these things and they look in their lives and the results aren't there, they're like, oh, this isn't working. This isn't working, right? But hang on a second. 5D is not action reward, right? It doesn't work like 3D. It's not because you do this, you are going to get X. It's because you do this, you are going to change in such a way that those changes will be, that your 3D will be a match to how you've changed. So when you notice the changes, if it's not your goal yet, that's all the changes you're able to effectuate up to today. If you do, let's say, my challenge, or if you read 10 books, and what you notice that's different is only the fact that your body no longer wants coffee, well, listen, this is how much you are able to change in this last 10 days, 20 days, 30 days as a result of what you've done so far. So it doesn't matter if you read 15 books, 100 books. If you're not assimilating that information, and if it's not changing anything in your paradigm, you're not going to get your goal because you read 16 books. You're not going to get your goal because you do my 60-day challenge. You're only going to get your goal as you change inside towards your goal. And in order to do that, you have to acknowledge every single little change that happens inside of you. And you have to celebrate it. And you have to be like, is this change inside of me bringing me closer to my goal? How is it that I can streamline it? What has changed in my behavior right now? What has changed such that I am different? Am I different? You wake up after 5 days, 10 days. Every week you should see a significant difference within yourself. Every single week, right? Because you're supposed to change as a result of any work. If you're doing the work, you're looking at 3D and be like, nothing's changing. I have the same crappy boss. My boyfriend still treats me like crap. I have the same. And you're like, this work is not working. No. Are you different? Are you letting the work affect you? Are you really, really letting the work affect you? Because remember, you can start anything, but if your subconscious mind, if your paradigm is like, no, and it's so strong, okay, you can do anything. It's not going to work. It's not going to work if it's not changing you. That's the lesson you have to take out of this. You have to feel an inner shift. Like this queen is saying in the story, I've felt mental clarity. Something was clarified in my love relationship. I got this. Oh, and by the way, we also got a payment for the first time in this business that we're working on together. By the way, the money is like a by the way. In addition to me making all these changes, seeing all these changes, I also got paid, I also but it's not like her goal is like, let's do this deal. No. Oh, a proposal has resurfaced. And I also got, 300 pounds. And also my partner closed this deal. This is just, wow. I've noticed that, it's something like I've noticed that. Do not work towards that. Work sort of towards seeing changes. And if you don't see changes in yourself, it's not working. Nothing's working. Okay. Remember, it's not action reward. It doesn't work that way. All right. Where was I? Let me take a sip of coffee. That was a lot. I like it that in my sessions, people don't really ask questions, right? Because they know, now I'm teaching mode. I'm in unfolding mode. Let's go. This is for one of the queens in our group. She submitted a post for our Facebook group. I didn't approve it, and I want to tell her why, right? So she's saying, I'm posting this because I need extra confirmation from the group. I have a specific manifestation that I'm working on that involves having money to pay for a training that would completely change the trajectory of my career and allow me to live independently with my daughter. I have had this in mind for about 8 months, working with manifestation for about 2. I have since landed a transition job that I am using to save money for the training, but it's been slowed down due to lack of pay with my backup expenses from being in school prior to getting this job. The 3D loops in this job are very intense and have been testing me greatly, which I expected, knowing that this is not my end goal. This job is immediately showing very little growth opportunity, but I accept that it is okay because what I desire is far greater. Please confirm that my sales training is completely paid for by the universe, and I transition to this expansive and abundant career swiftly and with harm to none. Once confirmed, share a manifestation that I can confirm with you. Thank you. I appreciate the energy and freely give back. So this is what I have to say to this queen. Like I was saying before, that what you have to pay attention in this work is the inner shift. It is not the agreement of other queens that what's not working for you right now is going to work, that is going to make it work. You understand? So what you have here is a very detailed account of what's not working in your life. And from this detailed account of what's not working in your life, your vibration is this vibration of, gosh, somehow this gotta work. Somebody's gonna have to make it work for me. Somebody, it's like the universe, the group, the somebody. It's sort of a desperate energy inside of you. So first of all, you are in no position to agree right now to anyone's manifestation, because you're not in a point of peace and harmony. Right? Your focus is in like, give me energy to make this happen for myself. Oh, and by the way, share one of your manifestations so I can also agree to it. Yeah. Right now, I don't see you in the mood of meditating on other people's manifestations. And that's okay, because that's where you are. You're not like, for you to agree to others, to have the capacity to inject good energy into others' manifestation, you have to be at a peace and point of peace and harmony. And if you're not there, do not ask other people, what are your manifestations, so I can, inject some of my energy into it, because your dominant energy is not of peace and harmony. So that's one reason why this didn't get to post. But what I wanted to give you as training and suggestion and coaching is that what this message is focused on is what's not working. You're in a loop in your current position. You're in right now. You should be doing our practices. You should be doing the 60-day challenge. You should be doing the dream time and asking the universe, are you doing the dream time every single week that I'm posting a meditation, that I'm taking the time to record and to be inspired and to be like, ask the universe, what is it in my subconscious mind that's pausing me? That's pausing me from going in the direction of my goal. Second one is, what is it that's keeping me in this loop, right? What is it that's unresolved in my subconscious that my current job that I have is trying to help me learn? Because your current job is trying to help you learn a lesson that you haven't learned. Whatever's not working in your life is trying to teach you a lesson you haven't learned yet. Okay? Your relationship not working out, your boyfriend always ghosting you, rejecting you. What's that lesson of self-respect that you haven't learned yet? It's the same with the job, but it's very personal, right? You have to sit with yourself and do these things. It is not that, us putting comments on the post is going to make the situation work out. My work is very esoteric, okay? Like, I know it seems maybe simple in terms of the practices, but I told you guys, the simplicity of the practice, when you go into the practice, is deep. Like doing dream time every week, this is deep work. You have to really do you really listen to these meditations, sit with yourself, ask the questions that I tell you to ask, use the tools that I give you, and fall asleep into that. Try to remember the next day. Do you really not eat after 5 p.m. in order for your body not to process food and, to keep all its energetic structure and system for the clarifications of your goal. Do you actually do all these things, right? Because when you do that, you will have moments of clarity that you'll be like, you know, and from that, you will keep building on it. This work is very, very individual. And this is why you see, this is why I keep posting success stories and I ask people to submit them. I don't post them myself, but either email me about it or post it in our group. Because you got to see, hey, this queen in 3 months of work has manifested this situation resolved, this job done, manifested, you know, somebody manifested a job on top of a job. She was a remote job, an extra 80,000 a year income, relationship working out, or relationship immediately collapsing because it wasn't the relationship for her. And you got to learn from these things, right? It's like, you see the way it happened for them. It's not necessarily like, ask them, you know, I never see somebody be like, what is your practice that you made this happen for yourself? Where were you focused? This is why you should read other people's success story, right? Like, you learn something from it. Guys, let me just turn on my car because it's just getting a little hot. And maybe I'll even open the window a little bit. All right. So that's what I wanted to say, Queen. And, you know, keep doing the work. And if you want to submit a post, please submit a success story as soon as you have it. Okay, let's see what's in terms. I thought I had one more, but I guess if I promised you guys that I will respond to something and I didn't, please indicate here, because I had one more, but I don't think I put it in the same album, so I forget it now. Somebody asked me, can I tell a friend about the 60-day challenge? I want her to do it also, but you told us to keep this work secret. Here's the thing. I tell you to keep your thoughts secret. If you feel this work would benefit somebody, definitely you can refer that person. You can, you know, just say, I think you should do this. This work has helped me. What you have to keep to yourself is the work, what comes out of this work for you. Keep that to yourself, or share it. Like when you share your success stories with our group, or when a manifestation happens, it's okay to share it, right? With your family, with your friends, but do not share this work from inside of you. Okay, with people in your life. Everybody in your life has an emotional investment in you. Everybody, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's love, whether it's jealousy, whether it's, you know, whatever it is. And any energetic cord will affect your manifestation. Even your own mother, who loves you very much, when you have a big dream, she could inject a fear in it. And because if your energetic connection is so strong with your mother, that is very likely to affect your manifestation, or the timing on your manifestation. If you want to go for a big job, but your mom is afraid that, you know, that's going to affect either your relationship with her or your ability to find a man, or, you know, they're going to relocate you to a different city. All of these fears are going to affect it. So I said, before your manifestation is done, just keep it to yourself. Or if you want to share it, you want to share with somebody who has no emotional investment in your life, like me, obviously, when I'm coaching people, you know, I have no problem agreeing with it. And if you want to share, oh, this is what I'm working towards, here's where I am, that's okay, right? But not your mom or your best friend. That's what I mean by not sharing or keeping it secret. Okay, somebody else got the 60-day challenge, and then she said, I have a space there, let me agree with your manifestation. She said something interesting. She said, I want to be a boss babe. I want to have a boss girl routine. And then also I want to become a millionaire. I talked a few lives ago, maybe it was last live, about not tying two manifestations together. When you tie them together, you're telling the universe the how. So if you have, oh, I want to have a boss babe routine and become a millionaire, then the only way you can become a millionaire is by being this boss babe that might be delayed right now because your vibration is not that of a boss babe. If you just want to be a millionaire, that's a separate manifestation from having this boss babe routine. You know, for me, the boss babe routine really comes from a sense of ego. And it's not that it doesn't or it can't manifest in this world. It's not that you attract whatever you vibe with. Becoming a boss babe, if it matches with who you are inside, may be very easy or may be very hard for you depending on who you are inside. Once you got that boss babe attitude and behavior, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make you a millionaire. It doesn't. You might just end up being a very busy woman, a VP at some big company, running your business and employing people, but at the end of the day, your expenses are very big and your profits is marginal, but you're still a boss, babe. So those are two different manifestations. I told you guys, do not tie two manifestations together and then ask why is it it's not working out. Guys, please don't call me. I don't take calls during my lives. I am trying to manifest something big by using a state akin to sleep. Any tips? Too loose of a question. When you're trying to manifest something by doing a routine, it seems to me like an action reward mechanism. How many sats is it going to take before I get my house, my husband, my job opportunity? How many times? I get this question a lot. How much meditation? Mona, which meditation did you do to get to this? You know what I'm saying? It's wrong approach. Wrong approach, guys. Okay, so I talked about not tying two manifestations together. If you can share. Okay, the manifestation of the week. If you guys don't know me, I give a weekly challenge to my people who follow me or people in my group. I need you to hear today somebody in this week before next Monday, I want you to hear somebody congratulating you. You must receive congratulations. Okay, this manifestation has to do, some of our manifestations are visual, some are auditory. In this case, this manifestation is creating a circumstance under which people will react to you a certain way. So this manifestation is actually a step up every other manifestation we had, including the money manifestation, because that's just attracting one thing. This is creating circumstances and events such that people have a certain reaction to you. Okay, it's a big manifestation. So we move to a new stage of manifesting. I need you to manifest somebody congratulating you this week for any reason. For any reason. Don't think about the reason. Don't think about why could somebody congratulate me. Have somebody congratulate you. I'm going to put this in our Facebook group and please comment that it's happened to you. I usually get great response with my group in terms of them being able to manifest what I asked them to manifest. If my goals change during the challenge, do I have to restart? Yes. That should be in the instructions. If it's not in the instructions, I will add it in the instructions. Let me write this down. You know why? This is important because I told you this challenge is not about bringing about a car, a boyfriend, whatever. This challenge is about you clarifying what is it inside yourself that's currently not vibing with your 3D. So if I have a goal of XYZ and now I started to work on myself, I started to do the 60-day challenge, and all of a sudden that goal is completely not aligned with me, that tells you something. You've changed. You're not the same person who started the challenge. And if you change, then you're not the same person who started the challenge. You have to start the challenge as a new person. Okay? Herbal Queen got congratulated all weekend for different things. Let's see if you can do it again this week. I'm not going to count your weekend congratulations. Make it a little bit more challenging for you. Since you've been with our group for a long time, and you're an expert at manifesting the group challenges. All right, there's another exercise I want you guys to do in terms of abundance, and this works best for people who have checkbooks. I want you guys also this week, but this is an ongoing thing, to write a check to your favorite charity for $500. If 500 seems too low, it's a minimum. Write it for $1,000 or more and put it on your fridge, and don't put a date on it. Okay? And so the minimum you're going to write it for is $500, and you're going to put it on your fridge, and most people will feel not comfortable with sending that check today. If you're comfortable sending that check today, do it. This is your sign that you have to do it, especially if you've been meaning to contribute to charity. But if you feel uncomfortable sending it, put it on your fridge, put it in your bathroom, just hold it there. And you got to understand, that when you're asking the universe for abundance and for money, your comfort level with giving, you remember what it says, act as if? Your comfort level with giving has to change, because the person you're assuming to be, this extremely successful person, should be able to cut a check for $500 without blinking an eye. And if you're not there, you're not acting as if. It's okay if you're not there. It's okay. Just keep the check until you become comfortable. But every week, every day, you should be more comfortable with sending that check in your mind. In your mind. Okay? Get more and more comfortable with sending that check. If nothing's changing, if you think you're working on your manifestation, robotically affirming that you're now earning 30 grand a month, that you're manifesting $1 million, but that check's being there and you're like, I can't send this check for $1,000. I can't. I just can't. Just know that you're not there. It's an easy check. This is a very simple and very hard exercise to do, because most people who want to manifest, who are, right now at $2,000 a month, and they're like, okay, I'm affirming for $20,000 a month, and they know they have to, act as if and assume inside the personality of the person. When they do this exercise, they're going to find out they're not there at all, not even a little bit. It's think, if you don't want to do it with the check, do the mental exercise. Today I'm gonna send $1,000 to my favorite charity. See how you feel about that. This exercise should reveal a lot in your thoughts of abundance, in your thoughts of how confident you are in your ability to earn, how confident you are about your future earnings. It will show you a lot. In fact, guys, if you're not sure what your beliefs are inside your paradigm that are affecting you and not being able to have the abundant life you want to have, start examining your actions, because actions are telltale signs. Actions are just beliefs in motion, right? So your actions will tell you exactly what your beliefs are if you know how to analyze them, right? If you analyze your actions, you will find out your beliefs about yourself. So when you buy that, it's in the simple things. When you buy that low-calorie foods, snacks that, are designed to make you lose weight, even in that action, you're telling your body you're fat, right? That's my action. My action is I got to do X, Y, and Z to be skinny. When you think of manifesting a beautiful home, and then your action is you go and buy a lottery ticket because you've had that thought of manifesting a beautiful home. You're telling the universe, I'm not the kind of person who could ever earn enough or, to have a house like this. So I need a random event like a lottery win in order to make that happen. Now, you guys know I play the lottery like every single week, right? I have it on automatic. It's automatically buying me a ticket for every draw. I spend $20 a week. So, but it's just goes directly on my credit card, because everybody, it's fun. Everybody loves winning the lottery. But when I'm building my life inside my head and the next steps in my life of what I want, I never go buy a lottery ticket to make that happen. How do you automatically buy it? So I'm in Canada, and the national lotteries in Canada, the Lotto Max and 649, they all offer like OLG.ca, or, I'm actually in Ontario, so Ontario Lottery Corporation, they offer that option to subscribe online through the app, correct? So it's through the app, and I just forget about it, I put $50 like maybe twice a year, and with that $50, because I win, right? Like I win $20, $100. Like I always win something and just stays on my account, and it automatically, and or free ticket, it automatically plays it for me. So I never have to worry about it. I'm majority, I'm over. But because I don't think about it, I don't have any major win to report, but I always win. So yeah, have I won any money? The most money I've won, this was a few years ago, was almost $8,900. So it's not really something big, but I always win. My group always wins. 500. I won last year twice, $500. 112, and the rest is like 20 bucks, 10 bucks, $5 free ticket. My queens in my group also, like somebody last week she manifested, I don't know, 160 pounds in a lottery. So we have more lottery wins than normal. I've always been lucky with lottery, but I don't have, like, I know for a fact I will post a big win from anyone in our group, or more than one person in our group eventually. That's just, the timing is not up to us. But again, I don't make the lottery win anything that's tied to my dreams. I don't go and buy a ticket for this reason. And also, I don't want to scan tickets and they say not a winner. I don't like to see that, not a winner. So this is why if I don't win, I don't get an email from the system. I only get emails, you are a winner. Even for a free ticket, they send you that email. So that's a boost, to my, visual. That's why I put it like this, and that's how I play it. I don't tie anything in my life or my lifestyle to a lottery win. Because again, our actions are giving the instructions, or they're revealing what we think about ourselves. I think I can have the lifestyle I want, and I do have it without that. Like, that doesn't need to happen for me to, but of course everybody would love, even rich people, even like multimillionaires. If you give them an extra 50 million, who doesn't want that? Yeah, so just, let's see what this person is saying. I can't understand how I manifested a home last year and now I just can't feel the same peace. So I have a lot of videos on this, and I have a playlist. It's Learn How to Manifest or something like this. It's not level 1 videos that you've already seen. It's much deeper concepts that may be able to help you. The way you manifested a home is with your heart-mind coherence. There's no other way to do conscious manifesting. Unless you unconsciously manifested it based on some latent, very positive belief that you had. But if you can bring your heart and mind into coherence, the problem is our mind and heart are not in coherence, not enough throughout the day, and definitely without carefully aligning it yourself, it won't come, because the world is putting so much fear and anxiety in our minds. It's keeping our minds constantly consumed by the trivialities of life. Okay, by scrolling, by watching the world, by watching negative news, by being in everybody's business, by having to keep up with 50 friends and their stories on Instagram, so your mind is just constantly overstimulated, and your heart is doing its own thing. When the mind and heart should be together, your mind and heart are actually doing two separate things. Your heart is, reeling from a breakup. Your heart is dissatisfied with your current mind, with your current state of life, because it knows its purpose. And because it knows its purpose, it's not living its purpose. Your heart is full of fear over going for what it wants to do with your life, because it's afraid of failure. It's afraid of, if I drop this job that I hate, I absolutely loathe, and I know it's killing my heart, killing my soul. If I drop it, how am I going to make my rents work? How am I going to, pay for this and that? So the heart is in this constant fear. The mind is like doing its own thing, and the heart is in this constant state of, I'm not doing what I love, which is what because most people are a slave to the system. I'm not doing what I love, and I fear that if I stop this, I'm not going to be able to survive in the world, right? And in fact, you shouldn't be afraid of failure. You should be afraid of succeeding at something very useless. So it's better to fail following your heart than to succeed as something that's useless. So if you manage to have a good job, finance or whatever, and you're making $200,000 a year, but you loathe the job, you loathe the company, you loathe the fact that you have to work 14-hour days, you should be afraid of that kind of success. It's just eating your life energy. You already know, right? If you're my follower, you already know. We're in a system that's feeding off our life energies. If you feel like success in this system is making a whole bunch of money, you gotta know it's not. Guys, please don't call me. You gotta know it's not. Success is living the life you want to live, and being able to take whatever breaks you want during the day to refocus yourself and feel that sweetness of the moment that you're doing something. You know, like I'm consciously doing that right now. I'm talking to 60 people who, you know, find value in what I have to say. And this is a privilege, and I'm so grateful for it. And I can enjoy this moment because I'm not stressed that, you know, who's calling me on my other phone, or, you know, my boss. I don't have a boss. And, you know, I'm not, you know, stressed about anything. I'm just able to be here for the 1 hour a week that I do my lives. I'm just able to focus on others. As I'm saying that, I have an incoming call. Unreal. Which decline. But this is on Do Not Disturb. I'm not technological. Like, technology like drives me nuts. I put this on Do Not Disturb. Driving on. Oh, okay. It's back on Do Not Disturb. When I started the car, it was so funny. Sync. You see, it's a sync. Because I had to prove to you that I wouldn't take any calls. So that's the thing with the heart and the heart-mind coherence, and why sometimes we manifest things. Sometimes we're able to get into this heart-mind coherence, but most of the times, unless you make a conscious effort, you won't be able to. That's exactly what I deserve. Stress-free, able to relax and just exist. Yeah, that's what wealth is. Do not define your wealth based on millions of dollars. If between now and age 85 or however long you're gonna live, you can just relax and exist and provide a meaningful contribution to the world, know that you are wealthy in this life. Like a meaningful contribution. Okay? I've done a video on, I can't believe I still get questions on everyone is you pushed out, but I do. And my SP, and I've been affirming, and this idea, I think it's caused a lot of grief in people's minds. And I don't believe that the SP is you pushed out. In a sense, it is true, but it's a lot more complicated than that. And I want you to watch my Manifest SP list. By the way, guys, I'm in Canada, so I don't get paid for views. So I have, you know, whether you watch it or not, it doesn't matter, right? Like in terms of my interest. If I recommend that you watch it, it's because you need to hear that you need to watch it. So watch it if you're in that SP era. So everyone is you pushed out. I just did a video before I got on this live because I'm tired of these questions, and I'm tired of, you know, people telling me, oh, it's my limiting belief. It's Mona's limiting belief that it's not going to work if everyone is you pushed out. So I just explained to everybody why it's not going to work out. Okay. It's not going to work out because you thinking the SP is you pushed out, you can make him do things. And now inside of you, what's happening is you're building yourself up, you know, from the ego. You're like, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, everyone wants me. So you're thinking the SP is reflecting back the same things, your thoughts, right? Because he's you pushed out. So you're thinking he loves me, I love him, and, you know, like we're each other pushed out. And that's all fine and dandy. You can have a model of reality under which that works. In fact, the universe will let you have whatever model of reality you want. So if you subscribe to that model of reality, the universe says yes. Yes, he's you pushed out. And now you're wondering, okay, but if he's me pushed out, how come, you know, I think myself the best and he doesn't come back to me? Yeah. So under the model of reality that everyone is you pushed out, it's not just him who's you pushed out. Everyone is you pushed out. So when you go out there in the world and you interact with people and you offer any judgment on those people, you're offering a negative thought for yourself, on yourself. And it's very possible the SP thinks that negative thought about you. So when you see another woman and you're like, God, she's so ugly, or you just notice this guy is so stupid, this guy is like so worthless, I don't like this person, I don't, you know, why is she dressed like that, it doesn't look good on her, it doesn't, you know, you're really judging yourself, because now you're under the model of reality where everyone is you. It's just you. The whole world, you're the only thing that's real, your consciousness. The whole world is you. The universe says, okay, I can function that way for you. That's how it's going to be. And now the SP is very likely to have negative thoughts about you, because you're probably, as you're walking in the world, you're offering more negative thoughts than positive thoughts. So be very careful. If you have asked the universe to give you a model of reality under which everyone is you pushed out, you gotta love everybody. You gotta trust everybody. You gotta forgive everybody. You gotta accept everybody, and you gotta think everybody's beautiful, not just you. And then your SP will confirm, you will comply. What did they say? Comply, yeah. But are you able to do that? I don't know. Monitor yourself today and see if you really can live today without judging someone. I don't know. I don't think I can. I'm only human. Okay, I don't have, like, I'm very controlled in my reactions, and I'm very kind and humble and in my interaction, but I can't say I walk in the world and I offer no judgment. I can't say that. I'd be lying. So I prefer a different model of reality. You know? I prefer to understand there's a deeper game, and just the way I play it, I don't need to enslave X and Y and Z. I don't need everybody to be me pushed out. I'm okay with everybody being their own consciousnesses and my aura changing such that the best for me is attracted to me. And I will accept that best. And I will recognize that best, because that best will make me feel a certain way that is peaceful, is harmonious, is feeling loved, is just, I know I've trained myself to recognize what is good for me in every interaction. So, you know, a relationship that places demands on you, this is the other aspect. If you're already in a relationship, let's say you don't have an SP, a relationship that places demands on you, that, you know, has expectations of you in terms of what you're gonna earn, what you're gonna do for him, how you're gonna behave. When you have this and you're trying to manifest something else in your life, this is inspired by a coaching call I just did. And this queen wants to manifest a certain amount of money per month, like we all do. And, you know, there's pressures from the relationship for certain things to happen. You gotta understand that those things will affect your manifestation. If you are a woman and your natural mode is receive mode, which is the case for anyone who's dominant in their feminine energy, you in receive mode, okay, the relationship cannot place demands on you. Like I don't know, maybe people think that I'm crazy when I say these things, but a relationship that you should accept in your life, if it doesn't offer provision and protection and support, is useless to you. It's absolutely useless to you. Maybe you do it at level 1 survival. Oh, I need a roommate because I make 40 grand a year and I need a roommate. And, you know, I have the demands is, this is how much I got to contribute. This is how much. But if you have a man in your life, if you're in the feminine energy, you got a man in your life, and the relationship has more demands than provisions, you're just, forget this work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all under that model. There's nothing more important for the feminine energy than to feel supported. And look, the man that I'm about to marry next month, I thought about this after my coaching call with this queen. I thought about it, you know, I was like, feeling grateful and feeling lucky, but also understanding I created the situation, you know, by not accepting anything less. There's no demands on me whatsoever. There's no financial demands. There's no demands for me to cook. There's no demands for me to clean. There's not even a demand for intimacy. I mean, I want to be intimate with him, and I am, obviously, but there's no demands. And because there's just no demands, this relationship is pure value to me. It's just such a contributor to my life. And when I am in this mode of realizing this, it increases my love for him so much, and my gratefulness for him so much, that I'm like, wow, everything that's unfolding in my life and everything that's unfolding in everyone's life has to do with the support you get from the relationships you're in. And of course, this includes relationships with your mother, if you're very close with your mother, to your sister, to the dynamics of those relationships are so important. So many times we keep things in our life being like, oh yeah, you know, I need to have a man, or I need to, you know, talk to my cousin or my sister. But these relationships can be so detrimental, because all it's in them is demands on your time, demands on your finances, demands for you to behave a certain way, demands. And when you are being demanded of, you're not receiving energy. That's all. Relationship with our kids is different because while it's a demanding relationship, you have a natural tendency to give to your children, which God programs this in us, okay, when we were created. We want to give. If you're a normal human being, their demands are really like things that should bring out the best in us, right? So we want to give to our children. We want to meet those demands. But anyone new in our lives, anyone that's not our child, whatever demands they place on you, they taking. I hope you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? I really get what you're saying. I love this. I'm buying my house. I learned from you. That's so amazing. How can we start seeing movement in 3D? Do the 60-day challenge in my bio and be part of my group. What type of manifester I am if the easiest is when those I love tell me they want or need things. Type of manifester. You're not on the right track anyways. You're forget about what type of manifester you are. If all around you are asking you what they need and telling you what they want, you're at the stage right now when you're not enforcing a major boundaries. And because of that, you can't go to the next level. See, when you're starting conscious reality creation, depending on where you're starting, depending what person is starting, right? If it's a person that everybody has used as a doormat and is just there to fulfill other people's demands, like what I was just saying, first you need to enforce some boundaries in that before you can move to the next level of even, don't worry about what type of manifester you are. You're the manifester that's a perfect match of what's happening right now. You're manifesting circumstances that tell you where you need to grow. That's what you're manifesting. You're not at manifesting, certain things yet. You're just manifesting learning lessons. You can't, that saying? I love the saying. You can't get there from here. I read that in a business book, or that was the title of the business book. But it's so true. From where you are right now, forget about manifesting a car. Right now, you got to enforce some boundaries in your life. You got to grow a little bit inside. Let's see. My job is demanding, so is this the reason that I hate my job? You probably hate your job because it's not aligned with your soul. But don't worry, because that's the case for the majority of people. And I told you, figure out what you need to do in your life, what you want to do in your life. If it's too demanding, or if the job is fine, you don't hate the job, but you really like to do 4 hours a day of work because your soul wants to dedicate 8 hours to something else, be very clear to you on what it is and start scripting and understanding and seeing yourself in the life where you're living that way. That's my best answer for a very general question. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else. Remember, manifestation of the week is somebody congratulating you. Do the check exercise for $500 that I described. This live will be posted on YouTube. All my lives are posted on my YouTube channel. Do not do this work or practice or rituals of changing yourself and then checking 3D to see, has my change been effectuated? Where's my new car? Where's the job? I've scripted 500 times. I've done your challenge, Mona. I haven't gotten my new car. Please, at every step of the way, when you're doing these practices, check for inner changes. If your actions are the same in your day-to-day life as they were last month, you haven't done anything. You haven't gotten anywhere. You send me an email with a testimonial. Thank you, Valerie. I'll check it after the live. So that's where those are sort of the takeaways from today's lesson. We act in accordance to our beliefs. Our actions are just our beliefs revealed. If I've shared my SP manifestation, how can I remove it for my manifestation to work? You mean if you've told somebody about it? What do you mean by that? Well, I don't understand what you mean by that. Oh, you've told somebody that you're trying to manifest a certain guy and your SP. Are you doing the work my way, Vanessa? Your best friend, are you, what did your best friend say? Your best friend offered an emotional response to your manifestation. The best thing, guaranteed, whether she's judging him, whether she doesn't think he's good enough for you, whether she thinks maybe he's too good for you and he's gonna hurt you in the long run. I'm talking about a good best friend. She's offered resistance to it somehow, 100%. Anybody who loves you, anybody who hates you, when you tell them something like this, they will have their own opinion on whether or not your relationship will work out. So the best way to undo all of this is, I told you, and nothing's changed. You're not going to hear different advice from me. Him or better. Him or better. How does Vanessa feel in her ideal relationship? What happens to her day to day? See a movie of her life from the beginning to end with the end goal. What is the point of this SP, Vanessa? What is the point of him? Is it for him to give you children? Is it for him to pay your bills? Is it for him to just be there for you, emotionally hold you? Is it great intimacy? Is it like, what is the purpose of having this man in your life? What is the value that he would offer to you? And from the idea of what is his value to me, you will be able to construct. So that's the belief. The belief is, what value does he have? The actions, the imaginary actions you are now taking in the day-to-day life with him will match these beliefs. So if I want a man to have children with, then obviously I'm envisioning events that show him as a very stable individual, as a very loving in a certain way individual. And I would not so much envision, passionate intimacy. If my end goal is, oh God, you can turn off co-host invitation, turn off. Guys, please don't call me. I don't take calls during my life. So you stay, like, I think the majority of people have completely no idea what they want from a partner. Like my conversation was before about the value that your partner should add to you and how you should feel no demands on you. Don't work on his dreams. Don't work on what he wants to build towards. Ask yourself, does what you want to build towards, is it to my benefit more so than financially? Is it what I want to do with my life? Does it jibe with my inner calling in life? And if it doesn't, he's not the right partner. Stop manifesting him to be something else. Just say, I want him or better that matches this life. Guys, manifestation doesn't work if you don't know what you want. This is why I told you, if in the 60-day challenge your goals change, you have to restart. And that's okay, because that's how you clarify. You got to be clear on what you want. You got to be clear on what you want. How to find out what is aligned with our soul, Mona? This is a super general question, but it's very deep. This tells you, like, we all know, and we all knew as children, as teens, what we really were called to do or what we really enjoy to do. But the world has trained it out of us, has trained us not even to think about that, not even to be able to recognize what our soul calling is. I love, what is this? Piece of the puzzle. Okay, some verification. I love teaching people how to act better, to have more confidence and live better lives. That is what I love to do. I've done business coaching. I so enjoyed it, but it was on the same line. So the underlying is, I found information that has helped me. I found a certain way of being that has helped me, has propelled me further. And I want to share this with a group of people. I love being an educator in that sense. And, I love teaching it to kids in my life that, I think that the sooner you have this information, the better. That's sort of my calling. Only you would know what your soul calling is. And I told you, you can't be afraid of failure, because you can manifest circumstances and events under which you are able to exercise your soul purpose if you know it. I was very successful at the things that didn't matter to my soul calling. I'm very successful in the definition of the world, in the definition of money, but I was able, by retraining my whole system, to get to a point where I can exercise my soul calling now and be supported by the universe. Okay? Even though it's not true, this business doesn't really produce. I told you guys before, because I want to be honest. The reason I can do it is because the universe has found a way and will find a ways to support you and give you and provide you even more of what you had, even more than what you believe you could have, if you just go the route that is meant for you. I think that's all there is for today. Here's what I want to do. I want to do the mantra from Dr. Joseph Murphy. My group started to work on this mantra, and I think it's good for everybody. So I'm just going to do it on today's live. You can repeat it after me, or you can just internalize it. It's three phrases. And it goes like this. I am now writing in my subconscious mind the idea of God's wealth. God is the source of my supply, and all of my needs are always met at every moment in time and point of space. God's wealth now flows freely, joyously, and ceaselessly into my experience, and I give thanks for God's riches forever circulating in my experience. Now let's put our hands together for I am a winner 369 tapping, and this ends the live, and I'll see you next week, or I'll see you in the group. One breath. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.